They say evil wears many faces. Sometimes it marches with armies. Sometimes it hides behind ideology. And sometimes it doesn't wear a face at all. For centuries, prophets whispered of a figure, the Antichrist, not one, but three. Some believe they've already walked among us. One led men into icy death in the name of glory. One turned a prejudice into a machine of annihilation. And the third may not be a man at all. Tonight, we trace the legacy of cruelty, of ambition, of systemic darkness. This is the story of the three Antichrists. And the final chapter may have only just begun. Napoleon Bonaparte was once hailed as the liberator of Europe, a brilliant strategist who transformed kingdoms. But in 1812, his hunger for empire led to catastrophe, a campaign that turned triumph into apocalypse. In June that year, Napoleon marched into Russia with the Grande Armée, a force of around 612,000 men. They were unstoppable, or so it seemed. By the time the survivors reached Smolensk in August, nearly 100,000 were already dead in combat, and another 200,000 had succumbed to disease, starvation, or exhaustion, while 50,000 surrendered or deserted, and 100,000 were taken prisoner. At the Battle of Borodino on September 7th, one of the bloodiest single days in Napoleonic history, 250,000 troops clashed. In just one day, at least 68,000 soldiers died or were wounded, and French losses alone approached 35,000. The carnage was incomparable. A field turned into mud, blood, and silence. Napoleon then seized Moscow, but the city was already burning, scorched by its own defenders, and offered nothing but ashes. During the 36-day occupation, hunger and disease ravaged his forces. As winter approached, Cossacks and guerrilla fighters struck French supply lines. Moscow became a prison without walls. The retreat was pure hell. Stragglers froze or starved. Some were captured or deserted. In total, fewer than 112,000 soldiers returned home. Over 300,000 French and Allied troops died in the campaign, while Russian losses totaled around 200,000 killed, plus tens of thousands wounded or missing. At this point, you can take a pause to reflect on his character, and also do not forget to like and subscribe. It will help our channel to make more videos like this. Napoleon was hailed as a visionary, but his ambition burned across the snowfields of Russia. He traded his soldiers' lives for prestige, turning victory into self-destruction. His name became synonymous with ruthless brilliance and the ruin it brought. That is why he earns the title of the first Antichrist, not born from prophecy, but forged by ice, blood, and ambition. He conquered not just countries, but destinies. Adolf Hitler emerged not as a battlefield commander, but as the ultimate engineer of genocide. His evil was bureaucratic, systematic, and chillingly efficient. From 1933 to 1945, the Nazi regime murdered 6 million Jews, alongside millions of others: Soviets, Polish civilians, Roma, disabled individuals, political prisoners, and more. Dachau, Auschwitz, Treblinka, and the Einsatzgruppen in Eastern Europe turned prejudice into perfected mass murder. Documents recently affirmed that Hitler himself issued orders for extermination, coordinating mobile killing squads, gas chambers, forced labor, and mass shootings in broad daylight. In Eastern Europe, civilians were rounded up, shot in pits, bodies thrown away as though they were furniture. Pause to reflect on his impact. Hitler's cruelty wasn't chaotic. It was methodical. He weaponized hate, turning ideology into an engine of death. The Holocaust became not just a war crime, but a blueprint of annihilation. He systematized evil. Human lives were traded for ideological purity. Millions were erased, dehumanized, erased, forgotten. He is the second Antichrist, a man who didn't merely kill, but annihilated humanity's conscience. Imagine a world with no visible tyrant, no speeches, no uniforms, just silence, just systems. The modern Antichrist is faceless, not a man, but a network of surveillance, algorithms, and influence. He watches, categorizes, controls, but never speaks. This shadow's cruelty lies in its subtleness. Privacy erodes under the guise of safety. Dissent disappears in the algorithmic feed. Behavior is predicted, nudged, manipulated. People lose freedom not by chains, but by choice. They stay silent not out of fear, but apathy. They surrender autonomy for convenience. Pause to reflect on societal impact. This Antichrist doesn't kill physically. He kills agency. He shreds empathy. He breeds compliance through distraction and division. He is omnipresent, but invisible. He gains power as you scroll, click, comply. He doesn't need worship. You give him your attention. Visualize empty streets, CCTV cameras, data centers humming in darkness, personalized ads molding decisions. A global system where your thoughts quietly obey. He is the third Antichrist, not flesh and blood, but code and silence. Napoleon conquered with ice and fire. Hitler destroyed with fire and steel. And the third? The third may not shout. He may not kill with bullets. He may work quietly, behind code, behind systems, behind us. Not all evil is loud. Some of it whispers. And so we ask you, who do you believe is the third Antichrist? Is he here now? Is he watching you?